fuck is this?
Hey there, lads and ladies. Hey there, Fozzie Bear. I was waiting. When is he coming? Is Fozzie Bear going to get here so I can start the stream? Thank God he is here now. Welcome, lads and ladies. It is Petrifying Pumpkins here, and we're going to be taking a look at this brand spanking first look. Well, okay, this happened at 5 o'clock today, which is like nearly 12 hours ago. But I was at work. I missed it. So I didn't get to see this. Decepticon was in my DMs sliding in there. He was like, yo, you gotta check this out. This is class. They show off a load of stuff. I can see here that it's 51 minutes long, which I like the look of. Nice and long. We've got Roy Schwartz here peeping. Always peeping. How you doing, Roy? Owen Evans. What's up, Owen Evans? How you doing? And we got Decepticon saying, oh yeah. And we got Minus over here screaming Decepticon's name. I hope you're all doing well. Are we ready to get into this? Let me full screen this bad boy. Let me know if there's any technical issues, such as my speech, for example. And I like audio and stuff like that. I don't know how. It's up to the last here. I hope it's not too loud. But let's just hit play.
Working? Just say. Is it working?
All right. Well, let me tell you first of all, I've got an audio issue on my end. I cannot hear it. Why is that? That is because I did not turn my headset on. So, good start. Thomas Ferrar, haven't seen it yet. I'm pretty excited for VR. Thomas, you're in the same boat as myself. All sounds and looks good, says Minus. Thank you. Let me test. Can I hear it this time? Yes, I can.
Let's find out.
Technical difficulties.
I turn it down a little bit.
Are we working? Are we live?
We're working.
Oh.
Okay. Let me know how the volumes are.
Hello, everybody.
Sorry about the delay, everybody.
These guys have technical issues too,
Hello.
you see?
Hello. It's because we haven't done a VR stream before, and we're doing it from my house, which is actually a building site. Not that you can see because I've put some green cloth behind me.
Okay.
And just before the stream started, everyone decided to not work, of course. You know,
Yeah. As is tradition for us.
as is tradition.
So let me just point out. I don't know if his headset is turned on at this point, but this menu that he has in the background, this looks just like the flat one. I'm assuming it is the flat one. Maybe he's got to turn on the headset or something to go into VR mode.
Perfect.
But we'll wait. I'm sure they'll show that. They'll have to.
Can everyone hear us?
At the level
Can everyone hear John? Can everyone hear me? Can everyone hear the game? Yes. Tom's a bit quiet. Yes, streams. Yes, we can hear. We are all good. Tom is a bit muffled. I think that's because I'm actually just speaking into my laptop. John, can you turn me up just a little bit?
I can turn you up.
Turn him up, John.
I think that's
Turn him up.
This one.
Please.
Say something now, Tom.
Wait, am I blocking this
That's
guy?
desktop audio.
Yeah.
I just realized I'm probably blocking this guy.
I should now be a bit louder.
Oh no, I'm on the other side of the screen.
Hopefully.
We're okay.
Hopefully.
I like
Let me
hearing
know.
your voice, Tom, so it'd be good if you were loud.
Yeah, that's better.
Yay.
Don't speak into yeah, okay, cool. Game audio is
This guy's
how
excited.
loud, John.
Okay.
Which is what I like to see.
So turn the game down.
Bear with. There we go. I've never had to do my own mic and volume levels before, so you know, it's a new experience for everybody.
Now you're an audio.
He knows the
programmer.
struggle of fucking mic levels
It's
and
like I do
volume
everything.
levels.
Ultimate power.
Minus working on my truck.
This is what
I need some
Ed and
laughs.
Tom and Ollie and Lisa
Well, you've come to
do.
the wrong
It's
place.
not that
This is
hard.
serious business,
Oh,
Minus.
God.
Alright?
Easy.
Talking about
easy.
PSVR here.
Right, John.
Hello.
John Beach.
Hello, Tom. Day.
Today we are here to showcase a little update coming to Dreams tomorrow.
Oh, there it is.
Right?
There
I
it
think
is.
Is it tomorrow it's happening?
Tomorrow, I believe it's happening
Yeah.
tomorrow. Yeah. I mean, you should know.
I think so. I think that VR, virtual reality,
Virtual
PlayStation VR support is coming to Dreams tomorrow, which
Unbelievable.
is quite exciting.
It is quite exciting.
A tiny bit.
July the 22nd, we will be releasing as a free update to anyone that owns Dreams and anyone
Nice.
that will own Dreams in the future.
So generous.
The update that will add VR support for Dreams, so that will feature a bunch of new content, the ability to create your own games and experiences in VR, a bunch of new how-tos, loads of features, as well as also other features that are available to people that aren't using VR. So the update isn't just for VR players. There's a bunch of stuff there for new users. We
got
will
some
be
flat
launching it
stuff too.
around midday tomorrow, I think.
Midday. UK time?
Don't quote me on that because probably people
I'm guessing
will
that's
probably
UK
don't know.
time.
But I'm fairly certain it's going to be
Because
around
midday is
midday.
a lot of times for lots of different places. So,
Yeah, at midday, it's all going to happen UK time.
Okay.
There we go. Nice. Midday, my time. That is 10.5 hours. I don't know if I can do maths correctly. Let me just read out some comments real quick before I go ahead. Minus says, Wins Touch and Tips coming back. Hopefully we can get it back on the... Oh shit, video frozen. Uh-oh. Video froze here too. Okay, looks like we got some technical issues. Wait, I've paused us. Is that what you're talking about? Let me just hold on a second.
Keep an eye on our social media. Yes, UK time is important. BST.
Oh shit, it is.
Keep an eye on our social media. We will let you know. There will be some server.
Okay, let me try and fix this real quick. There's always something. Always some kind of issue. Okay. Maybe that fixed it? Me full screen? Did that just pause randomly by itself?
Server downtime. So for a couple of hours, I think a couple of hours or just under,
It's
you won't
still
be able
frozen?
to connect to Dreams.
Yep.
Because it's quite a big update.
Apologies for the non-stop technical issues. Why are you being like this? If I just play it not in full screen, how's that?
Quite big. Quite big.
It's quite big. But it's
you,
also
Okay,
good
it doesn't
even
freeze.
Even if you don't care about VR, there's lots of cool stuff in it for you.
How about I do theater mode instead?
Yeah, exactly. So John's going to run through. It's going to showcase a few of the bits.
Okay, I think we're going to have to compromise. Full screen
To go through everything today.
seems to crash shit. I missed some stuff they're talking about there because I'm trying to fix this shit. Viewer Grid is here. How you doing, Grid? My notification blocked the word demonstration. Just had a mini heart attack thinking the update dropped. What did I call it? I can't even remember what I called this. But yeah, look, it's all about the clickbait. So I'm playing freaking 5D chess over here. Still frozen like a penguin. Says Owen. Hey PP says peace. How you doing, peace? He only plays viewer for about 2 minutes. Talks a lot. I don't believe anything you say, Viewer Grid. Yo, sorry I'm late, says Fireplace Jordan. Don't worry about us. That's why we got archived footage. Okay, I'm going to keep playing now.
But we also don't want to ruin all the surprises.
Don't want to ruin the surprises.
There's going to be some cool stuff. So, John,
hello.
we sound good. We've gone through the initial hello and welcome.
Let's
John,
get in
what
there.
we're going to look at today?
Right. So I thought first I would show a very small teaser of some of the content that's coming from which is really awesome. But it's very small. It's not going to spoil anything. Just the very start of it.
Okay.
To see
So they're going to show us the stuff that they've met.
And then I'm going to show you how the Dreamiverse has changed a little bit to accommodate for the VR projects and stuff everyone's going to make, which is really exciting.
Okay.
And then we're going to show what's changed in Create Mode and some of the cool new features you got for both
Exciting
VR
stuff.
creations and non-VR creations. So there's going to be a bit for everybody, and then we'll perhaps have
But
a
yeah,
bit of Q&A.
listen,
And
VR
we'll kind of
Grid.
have a Q&A as we go along.
Q&A.
Feel free to type in questions.
Nice.
Tom will relay them to me.
VR Grid is a very untrustworthy individual.
Away we go. So,
Where's your headset, amigo?
Going to go up to Dream Surfing, and we've got
Dreams VR, inside the
VR
box.
Inside the box. So, since it is a VR
Okay,
project,
it's a showcase of
I'm going to
games
don my
and
VR
art
headset, my PS
made for
VR.
dreams by Media Molecule.
So obviously I might be taking this on and off during the stream. Just bear with, because we haven't done a VR stream before. So I've tried to make
Oh shit,
this-
look at this. In the top right corner, I just noticed that there. Including VR and non-VR content. So they got a little PSVR headset symbol up here. Let's keep our eyes peeled for more little things like that.
slick as I can. So here we go. Bye everybody. I'm going inside Dreams
So you're going into
Interesting.
the Dreamverse.
into the Dreamverse.
As soon as he puts on the headset, the normal shit pops up. So you don't have to boot the game in VR. It seems you can be playing the game flat, then just turn on your headset, and then the usual shit pops up,
I have
which
read
is
the
really
safety
cool.
instructions.
That's some seamless
It's
shit.
not green screen over there.
This shit's
all an
nuts,
illusion.
says Decepticon.
There's John's house.
Much
It's
love,
not.
says Viewer Grid.
It's not my
Somebody banned that guy.
Yeah, Johnny, you're over 12 years old,
Ooh,
right?
look at
Yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
just
He's
about.
in it. He's in it
Yeah.
to win it. Text looked a bit
Let's
blurry
go.
there. Hold on a sec. Let me. Okay, 720 is the max, I guess.
Very fast.
look at you. Everyone's like, yes.
Yes. Should I use the move controllers or should I use the DS4? Why did I put the DS4?
Oh, John.
I should remember. I'm gonna
Okay,
go
that reminds me, I need to make sure I charge these move controllers
But it
before
works.
tomorrow comes.
It's important to say that this content we're about to look at works both with the DS4 and the moves, VR, non-VR. We tried to make it as accessible as possible.
Wait, you can play this in non-VR? That's interesting, considering it's like a VR showcase, but whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So we had a few questions on social media earlier about like, should you be excited for this update if you aren't? If you don't use VR, then absolutely yes.
Important, how you doing?
Because all these games are playable. There's some new features in there. You can look at our roadmap on Trello for a bunch of like rundown of the updates.
Thomas,
we will have full
I agree,
patch notes
100%.
tomorrow as well.
It is seamless. Pete Hawkins says, "What's up? Giving your PP a day off from getting wet." Discuss. I should have read that one out loud. I should just keep playing.
Be up to date with all the know-how.
I'm going to try and not move my head around too much so people don't feel...
You've been mastering this art, haven't you?
Oh, that's... Okay, I just noticed there he's using the DualShock to control the hand, which is weird. I wouldn't like to do that with the DualShock, I don't think. I'd use the move controllers for that. But I guess they're just showing off the fact that you don't need move controllers if you don't have them. Apparently they're pretty hard to get if you don't have them, so that'll help those people.
I'm going to try and not move my head around too much so people don't feel...
You've been mastering this art, haven't you?
Yeah.
His finger was kind of blocking the light bar as well a little bit, maybe. Maybe I just imagined that, I don't know. Nice.
It's so cool seeing dreams inside VR. It's really hard to explain, and it's obviously won't be coming across very well on a 2D screen that everyone's watching at home.
Man,
but
all these
just,
shapes.
You know, those cubes up there are really, really big. Like, they kind of feel like skyscraper big almost, you know?
Yeah. That's so cool. I remember seeing, I think Ollie was showing me.
Like, the draw distance looks really good. You know, like, this is all surprising shit here. Eric Davis is here. How you doing, Eric Davis? Fozzie Bear has to air it out a bit. Shouldn't have read that. DualShock Noob says peace. And Chopped has arrived. How you doing, Chopped? Sup, brother? How you keeping? He switches over, says Decepticon. No spoilers, Decepticon.
Like, oh my god.
So we have a whole bunch of different options. So I can look around, obviously, with just by turning my head.
Okay,
as
makes
you'd expect
sense.
in VR. But we've got a whole bunch of options, you know, to help you and how you like to deal with VR. So here it says, in options, there's my preferences to edit comfort modes, switching between teleporting and moving cameras. So if I quickly just have a
you
look,
can pick teleporting
just so I
too.
can show you some of the things we've got.
Interesting.
So you can change the vignette strength.
I wonder when you're making a game, do you have to keep in mind that people can teleport if they want to? Like, is every game allowed teleportation? And if so, do you have to design it in such a way that you have to keep that in mind when you're designing the game, or else it could break it, if you know what I mean? Like, you can just hop to some place that maybe you shouldn't be able to hop to if you were playing smooth locomotion.
Dream shaping view.
I don't know. A
Allow
lot of
low
questions.
Frame rate, so this is if the frame rate is really low, it might feel bad, but I'm just like, it's fine, I can deal with it. I've got cast iron stomach, static sky,
That's for me.
etc. So there's a whole
Static
bunch
sky.
of cool things. And in Dreamverse, you can stay wherever you want to.
Okay, so I think what static sky is, if you play Dreams and you look in the sky in a lot of games, you can see like shapes moving. It's just like the weird art style it has. So I guess static sky makes sure everything stands still. That probably helps your stomach out if you're one of those creeps who pukes easily. Will still doing the PPVR community game build? I hope so, Pete. I really want to make something cool with this, although it might take some time. I want to learn the tools and all that kind of stuff. Important says I own move controllers and have never used them. Still in the box. Important, now's your time. Isaac Parker says, when does this come out? At 12 p.m. So 12 p.m, which is noon, tomorrow, that's UK time. So in America, I don't know where you're from, Isaac, but let's say East Coast, that's 7 a.m. So when you wake up in the morning in America, you're going to have it. He answers them all, says Decepticon. Also will help with frame rate. Oh, the static sky, yeah, I guess it would. Although it's interesting that you can just not give a shit about frame rate and play it anyway. We've got some more menus here. Hide non-viewer content when in viewer. Okay, so you can pick it so you just want to see viewer stuff only. Hide viewer only content when not in viewer, and the opposite is true. And Dreamverse screen size, let's just keep playing.
Look at VR content, not look at VR content. that kind of stuff. So there's a whole bunch of cool companies
Donnie,
for you to.
let me give you a thank you for joining my Patreon, Donnie. Thank you very much for that. Generosity, you're out of control.
At the moment, I've got.
I've never been more
I'm
attracted
just like hardcore.
to Donnie.
I can deal with this. I can walk around and look at VR.
Breathe.
You are as the wind.
Can't wait to see what people make with this.
I'm actually just pressing L1 to this, but it looks like it's coming out of my mouth. I can see it all blowing.
Alright, he's doing blowy joeys.
We might see John B's breakfast. Oh yeah, your breakfast is in there, isn't it?
Use the
Maybe in there
hand.
somewhere.
Feel your way.
So I just want to point out a really cool thing that Mark Healy did is when you touched up here, you can almost feel the texture of the thing you're touching. You have to ask him on Twitter how he did it. It's really cool.
Yeah. Oh, what with the vibrations and stuff?
Yeah.
So you can even tune. Jesus. Thank you, Chopped, for that
Can't
generosity.
stay. Have a great night, all GG pumps.
Chopped, thank you very much.
When's the next FW?
When's the next FW? Maybe. Ooh, I was gonna say tomorrow, but Dreams is gonna be out tomorrow. I guess when we take a break from Dreams, it's gonna be some Firewall time. Decepticon says using that blow effect makes me wonder if you can make instruments. He wasn't like blowing with the microphone though. Sure, he wasn't. He said he was pressing L1. It was a button thing. I was gonna ask though. I wonder if you could set it up so that you could blow, like use the built-in microphone to detect a sound level, and that would trigger that blowing effect.
You can sort of look in and look at all the details that you just wouldn't really sort of
Yeah,
look
that's
at
the
before.
thing. Like actually being able to look at things.
Everything
Like
feels so close to me. You know, it's just like I can reach out and touch
one
it.
of the things I'm excited for people to
Little icon.
see is like almost like meet their characters face to face.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I will say this environment he's in now is very sparse, desolate. I want to see him in something more detailed. So hopefully he
Is there
goes
an option
into.
to snap
There
player
we go.
rotation to certain degrees?
This is
many
more like
VR
this.
games have started doing.
Yes, that's actually one of the options you have. So as I press left and right, I can either look smoothly, or one of the options is for it to snap in increments.
Click turns.
It really helps. There's
Let's
all
talk
kinds
about
of
them click
stuff. So you
turns.
have to have a fiddle. I won't go through them, but there's a whole bunch you can customize how you.
Chop says, "Oh, so months from now. Okay, I'll see you on the PS5." Chopped, I have a feeling I'll get frustrated by my lack of ability to create cool things, and I'll be back to Firewall in no time. Important says, never heard that rendition of The Clash. Very nice, almost as good as your Kenny Loggins. Important, it's a collector's edition. I had it made especially for Tsuki. Have a great night, chat. GG, Chopped, peace out. Thank you for that generosity once again.
Anyway, so I thought that's where I'd leave it, just to show you a little teaser that we've got a whole bunch of cool VR content on the way. We'll just have a look
Yeah,
around.
so we have a bunch of playable sort of experiences that you'll be able to check out tomorrow. That are under this whole sort of inside the box, like title, that I think you're all really going to enjoy.
Yeah, I
So,
think so.
So what are you guys planning on doing
A
first?
quick little bit before we showed you.
Are you going to play these experiences that they've made to kind of get a feel for us? Or are you just going to try and get into that PT demo that somebody made? I think I might just go straight for that PT and see how that is in VR. Oh, I should point out, that video I did yesterday with the article with Upload VR, they were doing this interview with the creative director for Media Molecule, Mark Healy. They talked about him here a little bit. They said in that article that every single creation would have VR on by default. It turns out the opposite is true. So every single creation that's already made has VR off by default. So it's going to be up to the author to go in there and toggle that. So that's important. We got to hope that the PT guy toggles that switch for us, I guess. Eric Davis says, want to make a 4K game. I never got into 4K. I just see loads of memes about 4K.
Don't
really understand
the other
it.
stuff. It's very exciting. There was a lot of excitement in the chat, John.
But I wish you good
Excellent.
luck,
That's
Eric.
good news.
A lot of excitement.
Okay, I'm going to
I'll play it.
leave this now.
Okay,
And
nice
I'm
quick
going
load back to the
take
main
VR
menu.
off for a second, and we're going to go and actually no, I'll leave VR on for a second.
Yeah,
There's
leave it
one thing
on.
I do want to show
Leave
you.
it on.
Is if I go to Dream Show or go to my stuff here, I want to show you how you can set your level to be VR compatible, basically. So essentially, everything that's already been published on the Dreamverse will be marked as over here. Will be marked as not non-VR. If your creation is not designed for VR,
So he's
players
just
in VR
basically
will
saying
not
what I
see
said
it
there
unless affected
a second
by your
ago.
filtering preferences. So even though stuff will technically work in VR, like if you've got, say, a camera mounted to the front of your car and you press play and you put your VR headset on, you'll be driving around as if you're strapped to the front of your car, which is terribly exciting. May make you feel a tiny bit queasy.
That sounds fun.
But there's a whole bunch of create options we've put in to help you make your gameplay more VR compatible. I mean, chances are it could already be perfect, but equal chances are it will need some work for you to do. Once you've done that work, or you're satisfied that this will be good for VR, you can mark it as VR compatible, which
Nice.
is really awesome. If it's VR compatible, it means your creation can be played both in VR and not in VR. So a bit like
Clever Trev is here.
The Inside the Box.
How you doing, Clever
that can be
Trev?
played in both VR and non-VR, so it's been marked as VR compatible.
Let me just give a quick shout out to Clever Trev, who made my new intro, my new splash screen, and the outros and stuff like that. If you were here at the very start of the stream, you would have seen us. Trev, excellent work, and he made that in Dreams, so that's just kind of a taste of what this shit can do. VR Grid says PT guys was in the Without Parole stream, said he's going to make it VR. That's the best news I've heard all day. VR Grid Important says first order of business is to make a giant penis, of course. You won't be able to make that public though. That's the only thing. So you have to record a video of that, and then you have to upload it for us to kind of see. Otherwise, nobody else can kind of experience this other than yourself. I watched this earlier, so happy with what they've done. Clever Trev says, I heard there will be an upcoming AAA Petrifying Pumpkin PSVR game. Only a rumor though. I've heard something like that too. Something about a murder mystery.
Some stuff you may only want to be VR only. It's been very specifically designed for VR, and it won't be shown to players who are not wearing VR. Again, unless it's been affected by.
I think all my stuff's going to be VR only. Alright, I'm going to be a snob.
This mark, I'm not sure. So
No flat
these are
peasants
four
in my
to mark
creations.
some stuff up, ready for VR gameplay interaction, which is really exciting. So I'm gonna.
Let me just go back a sec. About that not sure one. What does it say? The very first option is not sure. Is your creation viewer friendly? So if you click that, it means your creation isn't labeled. Players in VR won't see it unless affected by filtering preference. Okay, that's interesting. So I guess if VR players set their filters a certain way, they will see these not sure things, which could have like really shitty frame rates and stuff. So maybe that's why it's labeled not sure. I'll definitely convert your PP splash screen into PSVR. I'd have to. I want to see that pumpkin character you made up close and personal. Give him a kiss.
Leave all these projects, and I'm going to start something fresh. You probably shouldn't look at those. Just pretend you didn't
top
see any of
secret.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, everyone, no one look at the stream right now for this moment.
Avert your eyes.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone won't. If we ask nicely, everyone would look away from their screen for 2 minutes.
Of course. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a bit in VR and a bit outside of VR. The reason being, it probably looks, as I move my head around, it's probably going to make everyone feel a bit queasy. So I'm going to do some in, some out, so I can show you some of the cool features. Okay. So there's some new gadgets I want to talk about.
You see these gadgets.
So look, we have over here, hopefully everyone can see that, we've got a head camera tracker.
Okay.
I'll talk about this one first. So it's so fun looking in VR. I can't even explain how awesome it is. This gadget essentially gets stuck to your head. It's obviously not stuck to my head at the moment. It's time's not running, we're not in play mode. And if I sort of look at it from the front, you can imagine that's your eyes, so you can sort of see how your scale is to the world as well, which is quite helpful. Now, what's cool about this is this acts a bit like a group, a bit like, say, the Puppet group or any other group, that you can actually make something. So let's go to Scotland and make like a cone, and you can scope into this gadget. So scoping in with L1 and X like you would do anything else, and so you can see they're grouped together.
Okay,
So
that's
if I
pretty
go
handy.
into play mode, can you guess what's going to happen? That's right. the box, the cone is in front of my head. It's like strapped to my head.
Wow.
I can still look around, but it's just there. It's really nice. So you can make yourself some sort of
You can make a hat.
in-game
You know?
HUDs and stuff like that for your head.
HUDs. Yes.
When not in VR, it basically does the same thing. It's stuck to the front of the camera screen, whatever the current active camera screen is.
Mr.
So again,
Jackpot is here.
really good for making
How are you doing,
HUDs
Jackpot?
and UI and things like that. Your own custom ones.
Oh yeah.
Super
Where do we
awesome.
vote, Clever Trev?
Let's have a quick look at its tweak menu.
Harass them on Twitter.
So tweak menus, by default, they open up in world like they do, but they're still like stuck to my head. So you can see I look around slowly and it's there, but as I move, it moves around with me if it's one of these pinned ones. You can say be in the world like you would expect, but the pinned ones, just so they don't make you feel a bit nauseous, they sort of stay stuck to your head.
Okay.
Okay, right. So let's have a look at what these options are. We've got movable when not following, which basically means it like drops to the ground when it's not strapped to your head. It's cool. Visible, fairly self-explanatory. Follow head in VR. So if I turn that on, and I go back into VR, you can see it now. It's literally wherever I look, which is a different kind of feeling for making a different kind of like heads-up display or interactive element. The
You
scale.
get inspired.
So this is quite cool.
Multiply
the only way I
scale.
can really explain this is if I go into play mode, and it may not show very well because I can see it because I've got depth. If I move down, and you can see that shadow that I'm pointing at down there, and as I get closer to the ground, you can sort of see it sort of intersects at about that section there. But if I change the scale, because you're like, well, that's really annoying, I don't want my UI or my HUD that I've just built bumping into things, you can adjust the scale of it right down. So, to all intents and purposes, I'm actually inside of it now. I've made it so small, I'm inside of it. You can make it smaller, so probably on your screen it looks exactly the same. But to me, it's much smaller and much closer to me, so I can get closer to things without it intersecting into it. So it's really useful for
You following this?
adjusting where you want your UI or whatever it is that you
Pro has a petition up. Alright, I'll sign that petition.
Hope that makes sense. We've also
Twitter
got
too.
Follow players' heads.
Is this multiplayer?
Saying
Says
whether it is or
important.
not.
They've said they're going to add a multiplayer,
We have a whole bunch of
or they'll work on a
outputs here,
multiplayer
so
component
we have the look cursor.
in the future.
If I turn that on and quickly go into play mode, I'm going to get rid of the cone actually because that's making me slightly cross-eyed. Okay. So I now have this, it looks like a cursor, like a laser popping off into the distance. And this acts very much like how the laser scope acts as one of our other gadgets. And you can make this hover over things and detect things. So that combines.
Kyle's, how you doing?
We're going to gadgets.
Congrats.
The new sensor type we have called the look cursor sensor. So if I stick that on something, you can just open up its tweak menu.
Look cursor
See
sensor.
Here, hovered by cursor, sense look, and show hover visual. So
Does that mean when you look at a certain thing in the environment, you can trigger something? Because that'd be cool.
that's on by default. So now if I go back into play mode, and I
That'd be
look
great for
things,
horror,
you see,
you know?
it detects when that cursor goes over things. So this is really good for sort of gameplay where you're like, you want to know whether you're looking at something or not. So maybe you're going to do this and look at something invisible, so you know you're looking one way, and then change the entire world behind. So it's like one of those like scary things where you look at this and you turn around and go, "Ah, everything's different than it was
Yes.
before."
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
one of the myriad of uses, but I'm sure you
Delicious.
creative people out in the community
Sounds
think
good.
of even cooler things.
Who's up for
Um,
remaking
Ace,
Firewall with no
sorry, John.
bulletproof
Oh yes,
glass
go, no.
and no
I
multiplayer?
was a bit confused about with how you have the
Geisen.
tone. You say it might look the same to us
Welcome,
on the
Geisen.
screen, but it would look different. Like I think you said it looked different to you.
Oh yes.
Could you just a bit of like clip? What did you mean by that?
Exactly. We'll expand here in a sec.
So
Thank you, Clever
initially
Trev.
when I had it, it looked like a bigger cone further away from my head. But in terms of degrees, like or field of view, it took up. When it came closer to me, or when I changed that scale, it basically got smaller, but also got closer to me. So it took up the same view space, but because I've got depth perception with VR, I could tell it was smaller and closer to me instead of bigger and further away. So it's basically like, imagine you've set up your awesome head.
So I'm guessing what he's describing there is what you'd want to do if you had a hood. Like you wouldn't want the hood bumping into objects, so you'd want to reduce the scale so that's just hovering in front of your face, I think.
Up display. You're like, oh, this is ace. But you
Whoops,
somehow
sorry.
built it like a mile away from your face. Yet it's all like proportionately on the screen in the right place. You're like, oh man, it's a mile away from my face. So like this tree is getting in front of it. So then you can adjust that scale to bring it closer to you. And then, you know, it's not out in the world getting stuck into things. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense.
Because that makes it a lot of sense.
Okay. So there's the cursor range and fall off. It's very much like the laser scope. And all the sort of consider players and whether it's hit
So much
things
to
and
learn.
positions and orientations, very similar to the laser scope. And again, all the labels. So that's really handy. You can make all kinds of cool gameplay to do with looking around with your VR headset, which is one of the coolest things you can do in VR. I'd say is like look around. It's like, oh, there's that over there. Ooh, you know, it's really great, and it just helps you gamify that. In addition, that all works non-VR in essentially the same way, except it's just stuck to the camera. We have another gadget.
Hands.
And it's almost the same, apart from this one acts as your hand or hands. So
Okay.
again, you can sculpt something and stick something in there. So I'm just going to switch over to move controllers. Bear with, because I don't know where anything is when you've got the VR one. There we go. That was smooth.
Okay.
Very smooth.
Busting out the moves. Nice.
Let's sculpt something. By the way, sculpting in VR is like just amazing, mind-bending, and cool.
Yeah, people are excited to see you using moves.
Yeah, it's so hard to explain that it's something you've really got to sort of experience. But for example, just to show you how much advantage it confers to you.
You look so
is
focused.
before
How are you
if I
doing,
was at
Puppet?
this kind of view here,
I'm trying to miss anything.
and I wanted to put this ball right on the back of it. Because I have no depth perception, usually it'd be very hard, but I can actually go like this, and I can put it there, and I can tell, just because I've got depth perception, that that is about at the back of the gun, and as I turn around,
Oh, he's making
you
a
can see
gun.
how close I got it, even though I was dead on and couldn't actually see. So it's
Yeah.
amazing, the sense of depth it gives you is just, it's just something you've got to experience, really. So I won't do much credit, because actually, from your point of view, it probably looks like I'm just doing normal John Beach credit, apart from the camera's wobbly. So obviously I've made like a weapon of some kind, and I can just scope inside this hand, and I can put it inside the hand, and this arrow here lines up with essentially this laser here that's coming from your hip.
Ah, okay. That's important to
So now
know
we're going to
if you want to
play
aim guns and shit. Line up them
And I have
arrows.
a weapon, and I can kind of lift it. And the great thing is in Move controllers, because you can do your pinch zoom, I can actually sort of like pinch myself up. So now I have a tiny little gun. I don't know how well that comes across, but I now have a very tiny gun, or I have a gun that's like about the size of me. It's really cool.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Messing with scale.
Anyway, let's stick that. Let's go back into the note. I'm going to turn off the that so I don't want the floor glowing all the time. Let's quickly stick on an emitter. So everything that you would have done before
Fuzzy Bear
essentially works the same way.
says,
Like we haven't revolutionised creating
No, he doesn't
in
say that.
sense.
but the first thing that Pumpkins makes
Everything you've
is
learned,
a
all the
penis.
cool bits of gameplay.
It's going to be foreskin, actually.
You know, devised yourself.
Fuzzy
it all
Bear.
still works in the same way. So hopefully you won't have a problem sort of adjusting to.
Yeah, so
create.
the problem with what he's saying is he's assuming we already know what we're doing. And he's like, oh, you won't have any problems adjusting. This is going to be a learning process from scratch for me, basically, more or less.
Let's guess what that's going to be.
Oh, and a emitter
Emitter.
is what you need for projectiles?
Let's do that.
Okay, we're learning.
It's really intuitive as well.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just so much easier to line stuff up. I can't even. I could just go on about it all day, to be honest.
Okay.
Get used to it.
Sorry about the bang. Columbo, I'm ready to make a VR shooter. Well, he's showing you how to make a gun right now. And he's making it look really easy, kind of.
Let's make you movement control as well.
Look at all these settings, though. It's
And lastly,
fucking
get R2.
insane.
Let's test that out. There we go.
John Lucid is asking, do you prefer movies
cool.
or DualShock 4 in VR?
Both. The same as when I was out of VR, I used to like using both for various things. So I'm one of the constant swappers. Because I do quite a bit of art, but I also do quite a bit of gameplay. So, I mean, even here, it's really cool because it feels like you've got two hands. It feels so natural, so I really like that. But, I mean, it depends what experience you're making, really.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's I mean, that's loads. Tat was asking, why is there now a laser coming from the imp tip instead of just using the imp tip as normal?
Oh,
sirens! Sirens!
Wait, why is there sirens going off? That makes no sense. It's almost like being back at MM again.
Decepticon says easy peasy, Decepticon. You better make something fantastic.
Back to the laser scope.
24 hours I'm going to give you to make something
amazing.
Clever Trev says, emitters can emit anything from bullets to enemies to effects. Essentially spews out the object you're choosing, of your choosing. Okay.
Left hand, right hand.
So if I wanted to make a scene where, like, let's say I'm going down a hallway and there's like wires and stuff and they're like shooting sparks out a little bit, I would use an emitter to get that kind of a spark effect. Is that what you're saying? Would that be the best way to do that?
Flip to left-handed. Follow the players in using motion controllers. So there's all kinds of stuff.
You could spew out another gun.
It's just like outputs we have, so you can
guns to shoot guns.
Have an output which is like,
all right.
I'm detecting that
you know what?
Whoever's playing my
I
game
think Decepticon has what it takes to make something incredible.
My motion
I take it all back.
Specific gameplay. Okay. On here, here's the laser, so you can override the laser color, so you can have lasers like different colors. Red is pretty horrible, and you can decide whether you want it to be visible or not. So the reason there's a laser, so you can grab stuff, if that makes any sense at all. Let's remove the gun from inside of it. Let me sort of see what I mean. Let's kill that guy. So if I put like a little block, something to grab, make that movable and grabbable. Interaction grab, movable.
Man, he's just like going through these menus so quick.
So I use the laser to reach down and grab things like that. So you can set the length at which you can grab things. So at the moment, I can grab things quite a long way away, and then you can manipulate it around. You can also reel it in. So on the moves, I can hold, I think it's square on the bottom left. I can never remember without looking at it. It's sort of muscle memory, and you kind of twist a bit like how you scale things up and down. So you can reel things in.
Right, Schwartz says,
also
spew out, spew.
How you do things when you're in.
We should all build pumpkin characters, then have an AI
so if I'm making things,
Royale Rumble, Battle Royale.
Scale it up like that.
Like that. Yeah.
I hope that makes sense to everyone.
Clever Trev says, yes, you could use an emitter to make spark effects, but you may be better off creating a spark like painting and then animate the painting. Oh man. Animating paintings. First of all, making a painting.
Yeah, and I guess the implementation for this with VR was just due to the nature of creating in VR, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Complicated stuff.
One thing I want everyone to try when they eventually get their hands on this tomorrow, eventually, is especially the moves, because you can sort of scale yourself down. Is to like go into sculpt mode. Just turn it off for a second, and then like dig yourself a little tunnel. So it's really small, but because you can scale yourself in, you can go inside of this tunnel. And now, I'm not even joking, this tunnel, I'd say it's about 6 foot tall at the moment.
That's cool.
But I just got to keep scaling myself. Now it's about 30 foot tall, you know, and it's really cool. And you can just sort of go around and make yourself like a little cave system. It's really fun. It's like being like a mole or something.
This is basically my favorite thing to do in No Man's Sky. For the like 10 hours I played at that. Not to shit No Man's Sky, I'm just bad at it. Mr. Jackpot says, I think just creating random environments and walk on them would be cool. Making things will take a long time. We have to cooperate to make something together. I'm agreeing with that. I think we all find what our specific talents are, and then work to our strengths. We might be able to make something cool.
Whatever it is, it's awesome. So I'm in my little tunnel. I feel safe in here.
But yeah, even that just looks cool. Like he shrunk himself down.
Definitely try this because it's something you can't really experience in non-VR. It's going inside something. Anyway, enough of that nonsense, John. Enough of that nonsense. So again,
cool.
the hand over here, that works in non-VR, and it kind of follows your imp around in like a cool way. You'll have to sort of try it to understand what I mean. And when I jump out of VR, I can show you. So they're two of the really cool new features. There's some other things to talk about, which I really like. Some people have asked me on the various social medias, what if I go into my world and everything's like really big or it's really small? You can adjust the scale in a couple of ways. So on the camera, you've got VR scale here, so you can make everything feel ultra small or ultra big. That's really handy. It's by default 1:1, so if you've actually built your level 2 scale, with meters and whatnot, it should be the right size to begin with.
Okay.
And that setting also exists on the controller center. So in here, you've got the VR scale there also, which is really cool.
Okay, that seems like a really handy way.
Puppet to be the right size. So like, I went in and my puppet was like 2 inches when it should have been 20 feet. Then you can adjust this, and it will feel the correct size. It's really handy.
Joseph Quatermain, how you doing, Joe?
This is going on here.
I'm sorry, I don't know you that well. I should call you Joseph. How you doing, Joseph? Mr. Quatermain. All right, I'm sorry. I'm getting too familiar.
All the cool new features we've got that have just been sort of added and put in. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to show. In the Quick Start collection, if you go to MM Contraptions, there's a whole bunch of cool things from the kit that you can use. Some of them are really handy. So, for example, the inside the box contraptions, there is a hand pre-made for you with all the sort of right settings on. So if I snap that into the world,
okay, that'd be cool.
And go into play mode, I have a pair of hands which I can do stuff with. Make myself the right size. So that's really cool. So I can grab stuff, and cool levers. In fact,
Wonder how easy it will be to like
talking of which,
edit those hands.
yeah, let's leave it cool.
Give them different textures or whatever.
So
Maybe just paint on them or
and
something.
all
I
this
don't know.
stuff just works inside of the box, as well as outside of the box.
There it is. He said it.
He said it. So that's really good.
I'm good,
so
Joseph.
You're going to be able to make
Thanks for asking.
loads of cool gameplay.
Getting really
play
excited for this.
Inside the box first and see what we've done with it, and then that gives some cool ideas of what you can make with all these kit pieces. They're really, really cool. Some of the team have made some really, really cool things. I won't show them all because I don't want to spoil it for everyone. There's a whole bunch of great things. There's a first-person puppet. That's not the correct first-person puppet. That's the standard first-person puppet. John. Got blaster. There we go. So this one has like the blaster weapon here.
Blaster.
Again, similar to the hands, but it's pre-made.
Man, can't wait till people make really realistic-looking guns.
Animations,
Proper sounds.
Up, down,
Reload
and it's gonna affect
functions.
certain things depending on what it is, and all those kit pieces are in that kit already, which is great.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see people just stick their levels in VR. I've had a sneaky look at some things in VR that the community have made, and they're like super cool. Obviously, I've used my special MN privileges and stuff, but you'll all be able to do that tomorrow.
Pete says, when
It's super cool,
was the patch out?
honestly. Like, I'm just
Decepticon
like,
answered us tomorrow morning.
Oh my god! Like the whole time.
Well, you're in England, Pete, so that'll be noon for you. It'll be morning for America.
Someone in the chat asks, what about items we can pick up in VR, like a can or a cup? Is there logic for that? I guess how would you?
Yeah,
what's the best way?
absolutely. So the hands that I just showed you not second, possibly the easiest way to set that up to begin with. So if I just stick a cube in, not delete it, John. Stick a cube in and make it movable, make it grabbable, and then I get to feed the hands. And we're going to play with it. Should just be able to grab onto it like that. And that little black thing that's just like the black laser to see where you're sort of actually grabbing it from, because I grab from a distance. It makes sense when you're playing it, it feels correct. If you actually go up to it and you set the limit to be less, you can physically grab it by reaching your hand out and grabbing the bit of the item you want to grab. It's cool, so you can just manipulate the box. Throw it away. So that's the easy way to do it, and I won't necessarily go into the complex way. But if you have the hand tracker, it has options for like where you grab it, basically with the imp, follow grabbed item, stuff like that has it been grabbed. So this is where you would start if you're going to make your own custom grab logic. But the hand is a really good start though. In fact, what you should probably do is get the hand and look at how this has been done, and then from that point you can then make some cool stuff. The reason there's two there is because there's left and right hands are built into that, so if you've got moves, it automatically gives you two hands. It's cool. Nice like that.
Yeah, someone's asking, can you grab with both hands
at the same time?
Yeah,
I don't actually know. No, so the left hand looks like it hasn't been set up for grabbing. It's in this particular case it's set up for pointing. But I think it probably, you'll have to check on that. It probably does work. I actually haven't tried it. So.
It won't be long until someone makes it happen.
Yeah, of course.
Will it?
Of course.
Like, I think that's one of the things. I think as soon as everyone has access to this, some of the things that are going to get made very quickly.
Absolutely.
Are going to be incredible.
Absolutely. So yeah, that's like.
There's a game on this already, flat version, called The Night Shift. I was just thinking of it there. It's kind of PT-ish, but like longer, and it's original. It's not really like a copy of PT. I recommend checking that one out. Hopefully that will be in viewer.
Where are we out of time? Because it feels weird.
It's 5:45.
Oh, cool.
A couple of questions if you want to.
Oh yeah. Hit me.
So Neon the Coder asked earlier, can you use the scale as a way to scale objects without keyframes? As in, can you make the tool not follow the head? I don't know. You might need some more clarity.
Joseph, how many people can play multiplayer at a time? Nobody. You can do like local multiplayer. There's no online multiplayer in this yet. They're working on it now after viewer.
Asking about a left-handed setting.
Yeah.
I'm right, but I'm just curious about that. We are actually implementing an accessibility feature in the update for left-handed players to switch the palettes around. Let me link you to the Trello card that details that in a bit more. What's the word I'm looking for, John?
I don't know.
Bit more detail. Clarity, yeah. Hold on one moment.
Are they saying the left-handed mode?
Let me find another question for you, John.
Won't be there at launch?
With Action Recorder, can you record the head movement?
I don't believe you can. I don't know. I don't think so.
Jack
my honest answer to that.
I really want to be able to customize the hands. I'm sure you will be able to.
Tried. So I imagine not, because you can't go into the head in edit mode. So I'm just going to say no. Yes. Yeah. No. No is the answer. Unless someone knows better in MM and they're just going to.
Joseph's taken off. Joseph, thanks for stopping by.
Yeah. Wait.
I mean, you can move the head around like that, and I imagine when you go into play mode, I imagine the stuff that's stuck to it would be like zipping around in front of your face now, which is probably not good.
Thanks for stopping by, Joe. Take care.
You can animate things inside your head.
Jackpot says, not Jackpot, Decepticon says, it looks like you can. Jackpot, it looked like it had the same sphere the head has. So there you go. Well, he stuck like a gun. He just put a gun there instead of a hand, so you can put whatever you want there.
Oh my god, someone's got to make like an angry wasp simulator.
Oh god, yeah, you're
because then
flipping
you
it.
can make the sound come from like the left ear and then the right ear, and you're like, that'd be so good. That'd be just someone's. I mean, it'd be terrifying, but it's definitely what someone's got to make. Helping you out there with the ideas, community.
Bees. I'm interested.
I'm just catching up on the chat. Sorry for
intrigued.
missing some of your questions. There's a fair few of you watching.
Of
So I'm just
course.
trying to keep-
I mean, this
keep
is really cool, and I know I'm just showing you the sort of boring.
Yeah.
In fact, I should just start like adding some cool art to it while we're talking.
Fummy Lone Wolf asks, how do you prevent people from making creation that is making people sick in VR? Any preventative measures? Is it hard to make a game that keeps the user from getting sick? So we're actually implementing a load of labels and experience ratings with the VR update, where people will be able to rate their experience with it. That
Man,
I
look
think
how-
John, you showed
look
at
how
the
quickly they
beginning.
can make
so,
like a
I
landscape.
haven't actually shown the rating. All I've shown is how you rate your level, whether it's VR compatible or not.
Yes,
But
of
people
course, yeah.
who play your game, if they've played your game in VR, they can press the options button, and there's a little icon here. It looks like a VR headset with some question marks, and you can click on it, and it gives you 3 options. One being, this is
Clever Trev says
totally
you can
user-friendly,
absolutely
it's the
customize
least
the hands.
nauseating
All of the
VR
assets they're
experience
using
ever,
were
like,
made
for
using the
beginner
same
VR.
tools available to
There's
everyone.
number 2, which
So
is
there you
for
go. Clever Trev
VR
knows what's up.
users who are experienced but aren't like hardcore.
can make whatever
It's
you
like,
want.
I've used VR before.
Tentacles. You
And then
probably
there's
have
3, which is
tentacles
like,
for hands.
you
You know?
it could be anything. It could be like a roller coaster. or
Hentai
something like
simulator.
that. So
for
that is
Tasuki.
controlled by the people who play your level. So if you've made a level that's particularly vomit-inducing, you'll probably get a lot of 3 ratings. And if you've made something that's very nice and calm, you'll get a lot of 1 ratings. And that's up to the community to rate on that. And you can say, like, if I don't show me that, I don't want to. You look at it and go, this is a level 3 rating, and you're like, oh no.
Level
Reverse,
3.
reverse.
Level 3 is the most severe. That's interesting. I thought it was going to be like a 1 out of 10 rating, but it's
I'm
like
failing.
1 to 3.
I know it's so weird because, like, for me, what I'm seeing now looks like
Like
the
an
most
infinite
amazing thing
catwalk for
ever.
Tasuki.
And for everyone else, it just looks like, oh, John's just like sculpting,
Pete Hawkins says, looking forward to some Trev creation
I
streams.
cannot state
Watching
how
the master in action.
unbelievably cool this looks to me right now. I mean, it's mind blowing.
Man, I can't wait.
Sorry, John. I'm just trying to catch up with the chat.
That's okay.
I really want to make like an elaborate
I'm sure people are just enjoying
Resident
seeing it
Evil style mansion
in VR, because that's what we're doing.
with
I mean,
trapdoors,
I'm really looking forward to making
hidden
my,
passages,
train game VR compatible.
key cards,
That's like my number
assets,
one goal.
basements, all that
It's so
stuff.
cool. Can you imagine that little chains running around you and you have to pick them up and just good.
Eddie asks, is there a new way to rotate things with moves in this update? No, the main create experience remains the same, right?
Yes, essentially, it's subtle because you're rotating things the same way, but it just feels so different because of the depth. Like it's so intuitive. It's really hard to. I mean, it's really something that you sort of need to experience, but it just feels amazing.
VR Grid is
It
off.
feels like
Take
it's
care, VR
totally-
Grid. Thanks
even
for
though it's
stopping
the
by.
same, it feels familiar.
Spreading
It's
misinformation once again.
completely different at the same time. It's mega. Just-
You'll get it one of these days. VR Grid, not VR.
It's going to be much easier to make things upright as well because you've got the depth perception as well. Oh, another little.
John, you go.
In
No.
paint mode, there's a new cool
shit.
feature called stretch.
Paint mode.
So you can see how they're circles. Right? I just get my eyes really close to them so you can see. One of the new options here is called stretch, which does exactly what it says on the tin. It stretches them in the direction of the paint stroke, which means it's going to be easier to make paint strokes that are either more dense or cheaper because you can actually like stretch them out and then turn down the density and look the same. So it's really good. It's going to be really helpful to make your paintings look much cooler.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry, you were gonna ask a question there, Tom.
Someone was asking about how easy will it be to make your existing creations VR compatible. And I was just sort of saying it's more just having an understanding of how the new gadgets and tweaks and systems work, really.
Yeah. So essentially, if you go into any of your levels in VR, all that will happen in the simplest terms is your VR head will go to wherever the camera would have gone to before. So in the case of, like, say, an RTS, it would look like I'm
Looking down
above
from
the sort of
above.
like arena you've built, looking down on it, and it's really cool. I mean, that's it kind of does what it says on tin, but the world might look
Man,
really, really
RTS
small,
games would be
really
really
big.
cool with
So
the
you may
move
want to
controllers.
just adjust the scale of the camera.
I never really
You
got
may
into
want to
that
not have the
genre,
camera
but
zipping around left and right. You may want to introduce
Be
your
pretty
own
simple,
method for moving
kind
to make
of.
it a bit more VR friendly. But in the simplest terms, everything you've made so far is just going to work in VR. Like, it's just how well you want it to work to be tailored towards VR. And then it's just a question of setting your preferences so it can be discoverable by people. You can say, I've looked at this, I'm happy this is VR compatible, I think the world is going to love it, my genius knows no bounds. Change that to VR compatible, people are playing, go,
Germ
oh my
Vorf
God,
is
this
here.
person's genius knows
Will
no
this
bounds.
fill
Make
the
it
hole
VR
inside of
compatible.
me? Absolutely, Germ. $40
Shoot
reduce.
myself now, so I'm the size of an ant.
Go out there and get it. No more holes for you.
You can actually see,
Oh man,
probably if you're looking at my real face, the John Beach face, to look at that rock, I've now got to look right up vertically, and
That's
that's what
so
gives
cool.
you an indication of how big it is. It's like, wow, it's so big, those blades of grass are massive. Whereas when I'm like normal size, when I'm like in ant mode, like I'm looking at the top of it now, and now I'm looking at the bottom of it. It's like there's
Grand
not much room.
Canyons,
You can see how
Decepticon.
small I've made it.
Gotta
And you
fill
can
the
make it
Grand
even
Canyon.
smaller, where it's like now it's, I would say,
Mr.
it's about
Jackpot
the size of my hand.
says
So now I'm looking at the top.
probably
of it,
make a
now I'm looking at the
platform with
bottom of it, and you
PP
can see
going
how
through the
small
old
my
lady
hand is.
mansion,
So
trying
it's
to
really cool
rescue
like,
Giuseppe from
mess
being
around
a
with
sex
scale
slave.
and dreams in the VR.
I'll play that.
VR pack.
100%. I'm intrigued. Clever Trev, there's a few decent RTSs
right,
so
I'm
far,
just
but not
going
much.
to,
The tough part is having lots of AI on the
Yes,
screen. The
another
game
thing
can
was
only
like,
handle so much. Okay, I
someone
didn't
was asking
know about AI
like sort of the process
limitations.
of making VR games and like how will they go about it. We will also, something we forgot to mention at the start is we are including a load of new how-to videos and lessons in the update that will hopefully educate and inspire those that want to get started. And as always, you're right there, John.
Yeah. So the tutorial team, have made some really awesome stuff.
Yeah, and they will. They'll definitely be there to get you started and help you on the right ways. So that one of them is best practices. There's top 10.
And now he's just playing us in flat mode.
VR.
Like
And with the kits,
seamlessly,
as always with MM and what we've done in the past, like our kits will be the best place to start because everything there will be suitable for VR games.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the inside the box is really cool because we got loads of people from inside MM made sort of little bits for it. So one bit that I'm really proud of just personally is, apart from my breakfast, which features in there hilariously, is I built a
this guy did the breakfast?
robot, basically. And I think you've seen it. It's
famous
been shown in
breakfast?
trailers. And it's because I'm renovating my house at the moment and doing lots of sort of building work that I was like, I want to build like a mech, but instead of guns, it's going to be like a forklift mech. And I went to town on all the details because you go right up to it, it's huge, and you can like look at all the bolts and stuff, and it's really fun to just sculpt in dreams and then look at that item around you. And you can either have it like on the palm of your hand, which is really cool. So I'm like, wow, look at the mech on the palm of my hand. Or have the mech like huge and go, wow, look at this bolt that's on the mech on its foot. People are going to have so much fun just making their sculptures in VR. And I can think of so many that are in the community already.
Potential is out of control.
We featured on the MM streams that I just want to look at in VR. It's just a whole new experience. Everything that we've seen before is suddenly new and fresh.
Decepticon says need a print option.
Yeah,
They did say you could 3D print things.
I
think they're working on that.
New creators coming in that have obviously been waiting for VR and sort of enter dreams and experience everything that's already there, as well as making their own mark. It's going to be amazing.
It really is.
It's going to be amazing.
It really is.
So we have got 5 minutes. I just wanted to run over everything that you need to know. Sorry we haven't been able to answer all the questions today.
There's a lot.
Superfly, how are you doing, Superfly? And Deej is here. All the O's. How you doing, Deej and Superfly?
We put up on our Trello.
You boys excited for this tomorrow?
Now, which has a bunch of the details on what's included in the update tomorrow. It's not everything, but it's like the big sort of what's the word? The headline
Print me,
that
Giuseppe.
includes everything for VR
Jack
as well as
Plus.
some other features. So tomorrow, 22nd
Hope
July, our VR
You
update
can
will be coming
eventually
up.
import
We
our
will be
sculptures and 3D
starting
print
our
them.
server maintenance some point
We'll
around
sculpt all the PP Patch Kids and
11,
3D print
12
them.
midday BST.
Kiss them every night before you go to bed.
Keep an eye on
Talk
our
to them.
Twitter because we'll keep you updated on when that's
Ooh, he's showing
happening.
off HUD.
During that time, you won't be able to
Is he?
access streams. The
Yes,
servers
he
will
is.
be down. Which is only going to be like the third time we've had to do that since like beta, which is pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Pretty amazing. So shout out to that. Shout out for that. It's amazing. We'll then let you know when the update is available. There'll be a bunch of the tutorials and all that stuff will be on InDreams. There's some new InDreams features coming tomorrow as well. The ability to leave comments on InDreams.
I'm just thinking about that HUD, like how easy it would be to do the, like let's say Outlast, the style with like the camcorder, the little red dot in the corner, and like the white frames.
Is releasing tomorrow.
It'd be pretty easy
which is
to
awesome.
do.
That is
I think.
amazing.
It's so good. As well as an interactive edit mode guide. So yes, keep an eye on InDreams for that tomorrow. We will release patch notes for VR when it's out. And when that launches in Dreams, you'll be able to experience playable content from us at MM, which is called Inside the Box, which will give you a little sneak peek of.
He just animated the HUD somehow, like the words or the letters he wrote. They're kind of doing a weird animation.
At the beginning of the stream. And then all of these new create features, as well as all of the new Dreamiverse editions, preferences, and all that amazing
I'm sure we
stuff.
could manage a blinking red light if we wanted to make Outlast.
Media Molecule as a team, because they've brought this to you in extreme circumstances. This was obviously we were working on this for a long time.
Deej says, wish they had showed more games on the stream
because of everything going on.
So I think they just wanted to tease the stuff that they made themselves, because apparently I'm guessing they're just short little things. They don't want to spoil everything, and I don't think they would want to show stuff that other people have made on their official streams unless they got like explicit permissions or whatever, because technically people who've made their own stuff already, they have to go in and turn on a setting to allow it to be made in VR or playable in VR, so they'd have to be kind of, I don't want to say violating their rights because it's their game, so they could probably get away with that. But he did say he's gone into people's stuff. He's used his MM privileges to check out these games that users have made in virtual reality, and he's been happy with what he's seen so far.
So much love to the team because it's been incredible to watch this happen, and it is.
But we won't have to wait long, Deej.
They are amazing. They're inspiring.
Can I give a big shout out to Shuhei Yoshida as well, who's been our VR champion cheerleader throughout the entirety of Dreams. And if it wasn't for Shuhei, Dreams would not have a VR update. So I just want to be like,
God bless you, Shuhei Yoshida.
Every
hero.
Tweet at Shu when you're playing on VR.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll absolutely
the power. So yeah, this it's just the best. And
this is it's been a massive. I mean, we know it's been a massive something you've waited for a long time. So thank you for your patience.
Yes, it has.
So yeah, when you're playing tomorrow, think of the team.
Yeah, think of the QA department.
Think of Shuhei being happy.
Think of there's too many people to thank. Everyone is amazing and they've really worked hard to make this happen. Yeah,
so well done to them, and well done to all of you for everything you're going to do with it as well.
Oh wow, I can't wait.
I know that by the end of tomorrow, there's going to be something that we're all going to be looking at in our various group chats going, oh my god, how are they doing that?
Yeah. In fact, I just want to see like the stuff you've already made. Just spend a bit of time and make it all VR awesome. Just, I
want to see that too.
What's that? There was a racing game that was just tectonic. Make that VR compatible so I can race around the city that's collapsing. It's going to be great. I want to see that UI.
That sounds good.
VR as well.
Yeah, that thing's amazing. So thank you very much. This was a real short glimpse at what's possible, but obviously you literally have less than a day to wait.
Yes.
Until this is out, so it won't be long. If you've got any questions or anything, do tweet us at Media Molecule. We'll try and answer as much as we can. But until then, John's going to end the stream in a minute.
Oh yeah, we've got to end it a different way this time. So
yeah, it's all to you, man. It's all down to you. So we will chat to you tomorrow. Have a great evening or afternoon or morning wherever you are around the world. Stay safe. Continue to give us love.
This guy's taking his sugar today for sure. But that was indeed sweet. You know, see what I did there? Sugar, squeeze. Clever Trev says, I have a shitload of Dreams tutorials. If you all want to do some homework, message me anytime if you have any questions about anything. 400 plus hours in Dreams so far. Jesus Christ. That's a lot of time in Dreams. Clever Trev is the man with the knowledge. Look him up. Check out his channel, Clever Trev Gaming. Well, he's obviously commenting there, so you just find his YouTube channel from that. Just click on his name and give him some juicy subscriptions. And check him out. Follow him. But yeah, that's the whole stream. Insane. This game could be... You know, I was thinking earlier on, how is anything going to beat The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners for Game of the Year? I thought maybe Iron Man might, but it's looking like that won't be the case. But Dreams over here, ready to, like, you could probably make Saints and Sinners in Dreams. Well, no, you probably can't. But, you know, you get the idea. You could probably make an Iron Man experience in Dreams with less loading screens, you know, something like that. Is there a time they said it will release? Yes. So midday, noon UK time. So East Coast, that'll be 7 a.m. So basically whenever you wake up in the morning, it's going to be ready for you in America, as long as you don't get up at like freakishly early, like 5 a.m. or some shit. Decepticon, much excite. Decepticon, you've been talking a lot about this game. I want to see you put them words into actions. I want to see you learning these logics, you know, these systems, all this kind of stuff. Roy Schwartz says, no name clicking. Is it not working for some reason? We'll just type his name in the search bar. Clever Trev Gaming, you'll find him. Jackpot says, Game of the Year and VR Dream. Oh, Ghost of Tsushima and VR Dreams. But yeah, oh man, cannot wait for tomorrow. I probably will have to wait until nighttime before I can stream this. But that'll give me time to get the controllers charged, get it downloaded. I wonder will it be a big update? They did say something about how the servers were going to be down for a couple of hours when the update goes live, or maybe a couple of hours before the update goes live. I'm not sure. But he did say that at the very beginning of the stream. I don't think he made his like clear when exactly, but he said because it's such a big update, the online functionality will be down for a couple of hours, but you'll still be able to use the viewer stuff. You just won't be able to like look at other people's stuff, I guess. You'll be able to create and make the stuff that they've made in the patch. Muzz is here. Muzz says, who here will make the first crazy good game that is the same quality as a studio made game? It depends. Like, when you say a studio, what do you mean? Are you going to qualify like a Life of Black Tiger? You know, have you heard of that game? Look it up. Decepticon says, if I can learn music with nobody teaching me, I can learn that. Damn, nobody taught Decepticon how to play, and you can tell. You can absolutely tell. Listen, it's only so many times I can pretend I like that trash that he's pumping out, you know? Am I right? I'm joking, obviously. Appreciate it, says Clever Trev. Clever Trev, I appreciate you making those splash screens and stuff. So don't worry about it. Deej says Trevor's YouTube channel. There you go. Deej with the link. Good man, Deej. Decepticon is pretty easy. Has piano roll, tempo fix, make your instruments, record your own instruments, live record, etc. So how would, let's say Decepticon, we all know he's already got music tracks. How easy is it for him to import a music track that he's already made and just like import it into the game? Is that something you can do? Can you go to like their website or something and upload like a song there that you can use in the game? How does that work? Must says, a game that I would want to buy. There is some pretty cool stuff there, but there is like, I don't think there's anything really that doesn't have that kind of Dreams feel to us. But having said that, it's not like these people have put hundreds and hundreds of hours into one single creation. Like they're putting a few hours into things and then they move on to something else kind of. But if there was like a team of people working together, putting serious time into like one thing, I think you could come up with something that would be on par with a studio release. Maybe like a double, probably not a AAA studio, but depending on the game, you know, you could probably match it. Clever Trev says it's hard to import music. Okay, so you kind of, I guess you're encouraged to make your own or use their tools to make your own in the game. Decepticon says I gotta buy the Y cable, like a split cable type of thing. Used to be able to import 3 minutes, now it's only 15 seconds due to copyright infringers. Damn. Can you import multiple 15 seconds and get the whole song that way? Even though that would be a huge pain in the ass. Dead Eye Dan is here. How you doing, Dead Eye Dan? Clever Trev says, ow, you wolves. Don't know what's going on there. I think he might be having a heart attack. Mr. Jackpot says, I heard you can use the remote play to the PC, and Dreams thinks PC audio is mic. Damn. That's an advanced strategy right there from Jackpot. As Gunny D enters the chat room. How are you doing, Gunny D? Decepticon says, prob easiest to make us, then edit the music on later. Clever Trev says, oops, so you would have to splice together several 15 seconds clips. Not worth it. Okay. A pain in the arse, basically. But if what Jackpot says is true, that would be a way to do it. But yeah, man, the possibilities of this game is endless. It really is, like, insane. And there's no limitations. He just, like, took the headset off, went into flat mode, you know? Where does he take the headset off? Here.
There's some people asking about...
Let's mute this. So he's in viewer mode, pops it off. Screen goes black for a sec. 2 secs, 3 secs, and boom. He's exactly where he was. You know, there was no loading. And now he can continue on in flat. And it goes the other way too. If you're playing in flat, pop on the headset, you have to go through that little, that OK screen, but probably only once. And then you can just go seamlessly, well, basically seamlessly as you could possibly hope. And you're in virtual reality mode, which I think is insane. I was not expecting that at all. I was expecting to have to booze us in virtual reality mode. I think you have to do that for No Man's Sky, don't you? You have to be in virtual reality when you booze us if you want to play us in virtual reality. So this kind of shits on that a little bit. So you can only record 15 seconds from your mic. You can use PC2, but still limited to 15 seconds. Okay. If you're trying to put voice on a puppet from your mic, it only lets you... Yeah, that seems like very restrictive. You know, if you want to record speech, 15 seconds only. That's like a PlayStation message. If you want to send a voice message to someone, I think it's like 15 seconds is the limit. Which is whack. Whack. But anyway, what do you guys think? Do you has this left you with questions? Is there anything that this doesn't is there anything that this leaves unanswered, like a big thing that you really want to know, even though you've only got to wait like 9 hours basically at this stage to get the answers? But yeah, this is insane. The HUD, just the ease at which you can kind of attach things to the head, you know, and then make the hand things, a gun. He seemed to do this all very. And I know he's a developer, so he knows all the tools already. But he does that shit and it's done, you know. And the rabbit hole will only get deeper as time goes on, says Decepticon. No questions, just moist. We got a lot to learn, but I'm moist. Yeah, we sure do. Man, how will cutscenes and stuff like that work? Well, I guess you just have to design this around virtual reality. Man, I can't wait to see what people make, like fucking torture simulator, where you're like, some pervert's gonna make that, where you're sitting on a chair, press X to have like your balls clamped or something like that. I bet we're gonna see all kinds of crazy shit like that. Like, they won't be published obviously because it's adult content, but someone will make it for their own personal perverted pleasure, you know, record us and put it up somewhere for us to watch. Clever Trev says, Deej says, just hope it's not overwhelming. Never tried to create a game before. Well, see, that's the thing, is you don't have to build everything from scratch. Like, let's say you wanted like a tree. Just search for a tree, and then everyone else who's met a tree, it's kind of like in a Google, if you want, and then it's like, oh, I like the look of this tree, grab it, stick it into your own world. You could probably make a whole entire level just from other people's assets, basically. Now the tough stuff, I imagine, will be like the logic and getting things to work the way you want them. Sorry about that. Clever Trev says, I feel like this answered almost all my PSVR Dreams questions. Honestly, yeah, I think so too. This plus the article that they put out yesterday on Upload Viewer, that kind of answers everything. Decepticon says, making objects and things that move first will be key. Making objects and things that move first will probably be key. Jackpot says that is lame. G says, what dreams will everyone be checking out tomorrow? PT for sure. And there's another one called Late Shift or Night Shift. I think it's Night Shift. I can't remember the guy's name, but this guy makes like really high quality stuff. He made something called Beavis's Museum or something. That was another like cool one. I'll check that out in viewer too. Decepticon says, make a giant claw machine grabbing cars, then drive the car around. There you go. Decepticon's little hamster brain, you know, the gears are spinning, they're turning. He's getting some ideas out there. We'll try to check out Seraphim's Space Harrier. Oh, Seraphim. That's the YouTuber, isn't it? The Australian dude. Clever Trev Gaming says, it's a bit overwhelming, steep learning curve, but be patient, go through all the tutorials, they're extremely helpful. I guess once you keep in mind, like what Trev just said, be patient, like you don't have to learn everything in a day. Maybe just like focus on a key. Maybe you don't even want to do everything. Maybe you just want to sculpt. You just sculpt what you want. Maybe you just want to make music, you know? You don't have to do everything. Or you could collaborate with people who want to make like something else, and then you could make a game with other people. Decepticon says, yeah, that looked pretty well made. Alright. Space Harrier. I have to check that one up too. Lads, is that it? I think that's it. Like, I'm hype, but I'm not sure if there's anything else we can say about this other than this looks insane in the membrane. I guess tomorrow I won't even try and create anything tomorrow. I don't think. I'll probably just like play all the stuff that's already there and see what's the coolest shit in viewer. Like even like something like a parachuting game. You know, there's so many cool things you could do. Skydiving or whatever. Anyway, I think I'm going to end it there. Clever Trev says, it took me a good 100 hours until I was confident. Holy shit, that was a long time. Jackpot says, a lot of fucking around and learning that way. That's how I've done the shit stuff I've made, is messing around and learning as I go. Decepticon says, exactly how I made music. Or make music. Well, there you go. Fumble it, you know. That's how I got to second base. Am I right? Just pull that bra until it comes off. See you all in the Dreams PS Viewer Zone soon, says Trev. Very soon. Very soon. Listen, thanks everyone for stopping by. It has been a pleasure. Chopped, I know he's gone, but thank you for that donation earlier on. Appreciate it very much. And I will see you tomorrow in Dreams. Pretty much, you know. And let's play it out with the new outro made in Dreams by our very own Clever Trev.
What the fuck is this?